Well, hello. Thankful Thursday is here. I'm going to share some radiant rap in just a few moments. Drinking my water and uh, need to reach out maybe to one or two people, see if they're around and can join me. Um, how's your week going? How's your day going? One person joined me. Yay. Even if you're watching this on the replay, it's cool. It's all good. I appreciate you. Just gonna um, share to one or two more people, and then we'll get the party started. Because, we hit it and quit it, as my friend Veronica, the professional speaker, would say. Um, I'd never be as eloquent as she is, of course. But yeah, Thursdays for the last um, year, well, since January, anyways, just going to invite just one or two more people. I've been on every Thursday. I don't think maybe I've missed one. Maybe I've missed one or two. Um, say hi if hey, Gladys, I'm so glad you're here. How are you, my friend? Um, but yes, on Thursdays, I like to just share 5 o'clock Eastern time, some radiant rap. And radiant, you all know that I believe, and most of you believe, that we are all meant to shine. If you don't know that, let me remind you. If you forgot today, let me remind you that we were all meant to shine. And radiant is an acronym that I like to use for how we should be shining. Hi, Gladys. We should be shining radiantly. And radiant is an acronym for rest, activity awareness, diet, introspection, which includes prayer and meditation, agua for hydration. Note taking is N, so journaling, and T for training, like actually physical training. I believe those are pillars or elements that we all should have to live healthy and whole. Now, this week, and I did it kind of spontaneous, I put up a 3-day water challenge, like just to drink water, half of your body weight in ounces of water per day. I just put it on my Facebook page and I put it in my story, and I sent it like an email blast, and like 50 people responded they wanted to participate, and which I thought was so cool, phenomenal. And I've gotten feedback from those 50 people, some of them, and I thought, you know what, this challenge could be an application for our everyday life, because there's always challenges, right? Always challenges. And so when we looked at this and I got some of the questions and responses and the feedback, I thought, you know what? This is so indicative to everyday life. So a couple things that I wanted to share about the challenge. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it was a 3-day challenge. If you started on Tuesday, then this is your last day of the challenge. But if you're just hearing about it right now and you want to go 3 days, just hit me up with a note. I'll do the 3 days with you so that would be today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And it just is a way to get some of the benefits of the hydration for you to experience them. Because for most of us, I mean, there are a few people that unfortunately cannot hydrate a lot. Like if you're on dialysis, you can't. So there may be reasons why you cannot. And yes, there is actually a point where you could drink too much. But that's not the problem for the majority. Most people are not drinking nearly enough. Most people are hydrated and experiencing problems because they are not drinking water. So some of the benefits, and I shared them, for the challenge, you could potentially get more energy. It can curb your appetite, so you can actually lose weight. It can help your skin, your nails, your hair. It can help you to detox. It can help you to poop. I mean, a lot of people, not most, but a lot of people are literally full of it because, the plumbing isn't working good. And so drinking water can help you with that. And so I just asked that they drink, and you can participate for 3 days, half of your body weight in ounces of water. So I've had this is my jug. Now this is a gallon. So a gallon, that's 128 ounces of water. That's a lot of water. So I don't drink a whole gallon. Half my body weight. I do not weigh 256 pounds. Okay, so I don't drink a whole gallon, but I do drink more than a half, so 70, 75 ounces of water. That's about half my body weight. Yeah, I mean, you can do the math. But so a couple of things that I wanted to share. Let me take another sip, okay? Is that all right? Because I still got a ways to go here. For me, about 8 good gulps is about 8 ounces of water, actually 8 to 10. Okay, so this is actually helping me too. We help each other. So number one, when you are not quite there yet, so this could have been you, right? You saw, not if you're just seeing it, but I'm saying, even if you are seeing this on the replay, you're seeing it live, it's not you. You're not quite there yet. No, I don't think I can do that. That's okay. All right. So don't beat yourself up. Are you doing the challenge, watching it live or in the replay, or are you increasing your water? Let me know and tell me your feedback as well. But if you're not quite there yet, if that's you, nah, I can't do it. Don't want to do it right now. But I'd love to be able to do it. I just don't think that I can. If that's you, if that's like your heart's desire, don't beat yourself up. It's okay not to be there right now today, but keep it in the front of your mind. If you really think, you know what, I should be hydrating, I just can't do it yet. Well, keep it in the forefront of your mind without beating yourself up, and start shifting towards others that are doing the things that you want. So that's number one. It doesn't just apply with this water challenge, but just in general, right? If it is something that we desire, that we want, right? Whatever it is, I don't know, a better job, we want to lose weight, we want to stop smoking, we want a better relationship, and we just can't seem to get it right. Keep thinking, keep professing those things that you want, right? Until you become ready. If you're hanging around the people that are doing the things that you want to do, and that's one of the things that I love doing, is even though I may not possess a certain strength or ethic or success, I still like to hang around people and celebrate them that have what it is that I want. Because, you're in the neighborhood, you can learn some of that is going to eventually rub off on you. And to be totally transparent, I mean, there are times when I get like envious. Oh, I wish I had that. And then I'll check myself, because that is in no way am I going to be blessed by being envious for what someone else has. But on the contrary, if I can seriously celebrate them, and if I'm in a state of feeling envious, then I have to work on that. It might not happen overnight, but I work on that, pray about that, meditate on that, to overcome that, because it's a much better feeling if I'm celebrating and I'm feeling good about what someone else is doing. And then I know that's the type of karma, that's the type of energy that will come back to me. It's just, that's just the way it happens. Right. So being envious of other people will never get you what you want in a way that you're going to feel good about it. But when you're feeling good about what others have accomplished and you're kind of celebrating them, and that's, you're, like I said, in that zip code, then eventually you are going to possess some of that same energy, strength, because you'll learn from them. It's going to help you. It helps me. It has helped me to grow. So that's number one, whether it's with the water challenge, right? Or if it's with something else. If you're not quite there yet, I want to, but I can't, then, keep it in the forefront of your mind, your heart's desire, and just hang around people that have what it is that you possess, observe them, learn from them. Number two, and should I talk about? Okay, so yes, there was an individual, right, that I talked to, that was in my class today, that heard about the challenge and said, I didn't do the challenge because half my body weight in water seemed so overwhelming. But once I said to them, it's okay, do what you can. She says, you know what? I'm going to try it now. So that was an example of her hanging around and being around us, even though she wasn't doing the challenge. And it might not be that fast for you, but that particular person was like, okay, because she felt like she was going to be a failure because she knew, it just seemed like it was too big of a thing, too big of an ask. So, one step at a time. Number two, it's not always going to be comfortable, but stick with it, whether it's a water challenge, whether it's something new that's come into your life. It's not always going to be comfortable. One of the participants said she woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning and then she couldn't go back to sleep. Now, who wants that? She said, you know what she said though? I'll try it a second night. But if the same thing happens the second night, it's much more important for me to get sleep. So, I'm not going to drink as much water. Well, our strategies are important. So you want to stick with it and then learn too. So what I said to her, first of all, in terms of the water challenge, if you start to do something different, it's going to be uncomfortable. So that's a change in your body. So her body may not be absorbing as much of the water as it would if it got more comfortable with drinking more water. Number two, to make sure that you're not drinking as much of the water when it's close to bedtime. So try to get more water in earlier in the day. So whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, there's some strategies that you may be able to put in place. Even with those strategies, hey, Bridget, how are you, my friend? So good. I haven't seen you in a minute. So good to see you. And you're welcome. You're welcome. So you want to make sure that you understand that it may feel uncomfortable. Like I had a friend that she just started a new job and it's requiring her to be more technical, like using Microsoft and her computer and she does not like that stuff. And I told her last year this time, and even the beginning of this year, ever since the pandemic, I transitioned a lot of my business in person to online. The learning curve was like this. I mean, it was it was almost overwhelming, but this is what saved me. I did not expect myself to be perfect. I did not expect not to make mistakes. And people are forgiving. You can make mistakes. You don't have to be perfect, and it's okay. And you can still show up and, oh, I messed up, and ask for help. Be comfortable knowing that you're not going to be always be comfortable, and if you're learning something new, it's going to take time for you to get better at it, right? So now a lot of the things that was taking me a long time getting set up and making sure, had my settings right on my computer for my microphone and all this stuff, my music and it playing. I had to learn so much stuff, and now it's easier. But I accepted the fact that I wasn't going to be good at it, that it was going to take me some time to learn. But just like I learned that, you can learn things as well. You can absolutely learn new things. TD Jakes, some of you know who I'm talking about, TD Jakes. His wife is 68 years old. She just got her BA. She was up in the middle, 3 a.m. in the morning, doing papers and stuff like that, 68 years old. So even we, baby boomers, right? Us and some of the young, Gen X, a lot of them as well, but especially as baby boomers start to feel like, oh, we can't be good at stuff. Yes, you can. It might take you a little bit longer, right? It might take you a little bit longer than Gen X or Y or whatever, but we can absolutely learn things and still accomplish our goals. So that's number 2. It's not always going to be comfortable. Stick with it, and don't give up too soon. Even like when someone tries like a yoga class or something, and it's just so much to learn. A new class it's so much. Give yourself at least 3 times before you say, you know what, I'm not doing it. That's not my thing, Okay. All right. And then the last thing is, I just said it, is to forget about perfection. 1% better, 1 step better every day, you are successful. One person thought that she wasn't going to be successful that's doing the challenge. She said, because I sent an email, I was like, how are you doing? Right. And she says, I did terrible because I only drank 32 ounces of water. And that's way less than what I should have drank. But she said, it's more than I would have drank. Well, that's a win. Big W, win, okay? If you were not drinking a certain amount of water and you're doing this challenge and now you're drinking more than what you would have drank, that's a win. So we have to give ourselves grace. Okay? Give yourself grace. Don't be too hard on yourself. And she was funny too, because she said she did get a workout because she was running back and forth to the bathroom. Of course, you're going to be peeing more if you're drinking more water. And like I said, your body's not used to it. Every cell of your body is made of mostly water. We are made of mostly water. Your body is going to function better with water. You won't have as much dry eye. You won't have as much headache quite often, right? And then the last point I wanted to leave you with is no man is an island. So don't be out there by yourself, alone. And then, with whatever it is that you want to accomplish, and in that stinking thinking, like, I can't do it, and, just beating up on yourself, and, because of you're not in the shape you want to be in, or you haven't accomplished the goal that you want to accomplish, you haven't gotten the relationship to where you want it to be with whoever that relationship is with, whatever those things are. Yeah, it's okay, right, Gladys? It's okay to be imperfect. And like I shared last week, we were talking about the athletes, the young athletes. This generation is so good at bringing those points out. Like, we can learn a lot from some of the young people that are being way more open with their vulnerability, that, they're not perfect. Even at the highest level, right? They may be very close to perfect in one area of their life, but they're jacked up in another area. That's just like the rest of us, all of us. We all have our vulnerabilities. We all have our weaknesses. So don't let pride get in the way, and it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. So with the water challenge, it's and it applies to everything else in your life. It's it's okay if you're not quite ready and you didn't want to do the challenge. If you ever want to do the challenge, just let me know. We'll do some other challenges in the future, water challenges and things like that. Water is that important. No, that's number one. It's okay if you weren't ready. It's all right. Just keep it in the forefront of your mind. Number two, it, change is not going to be always be comfortable. So trying to do that challenge may not be comfortable, but you find strategies and ways and things that you can do that will work for you. Kind of customize it in a way that'll work for you. And then number three, oh, let me just say this about the person that woke up at 3 a.m. The next day, she drank the water earlier in the day. She slept fine, and she said she lost a pound, right? Because she wasn't snacking as much. She didn't snack as much because she drank more water. So, and then number three, forget about this whole perfectionism thing. Like nobody's perfect. 1% better every day, one step every day. That's it. That's what you want to strive for. And even that, you might not make it, you might not make that step that day. You might end up with a backward step, but that's what you shoot for. And no man is an island. That's why I'm here. That's why we're all here, trying to do this thing, live this life, right? On this planet, together, you were meant to shine. You have greatness inside of you, and I believe in you. If you want to do the water challenge and you didn't tell me yet, just send me a message, okay? And we can do it. For those of you that did the 3-day challenge and this is your last day, let me know how it worked out for you. I definitely want to hear. You're welcome, Gladys. So good to see you. All right, everybody, have an amazing day. Bye for now.